Hey there, it is me again, Lisa the Love Coach, and today I was inspired by some follower mail. I love getting follower mail in the DMs. If you have a question for me, ask it. I could end up doing a live that answers your question. And the question today, it actually came from like a post that I did, and then somebody commented, and I started a conversation with her, and it had to do with getting over your ex and how when you don't get over your ex, it blocks love, right? So you're not over your ex. So how are you possibly going to attract somebody new and awesome into your life? But she said to me, I think of my ex every day. And I said, honey, I know what that is. And I created a hack that I teach my clients that I'm going to give you a taste of here on this video of how we can use those yummy, delicious thoughts that we have of our exes. Because you know what happens when we break up with people? Something happens in our head where we like flip the script and we forget about all the stuff that was like, dude, this was not working for me at all. So we forget all that stuff and we romanticize them. We start focusing on the good and all the fun times and all the good stuff and the things that they said and how the sex was and like all this stuff, right? Which is great because at the core, we are all love, right? At the core. So of course, we always kind of revert back to thinking the best of people. It's very nice that we do that as humans. But there's a way that you can harness those positive thoughts, get clarity about what you now want, make peace with those thoughts. A lot of people beat themselves up when they find themselves lingering. Oh, my ex was so nice to me. My ex and I used to go shopping at Marshall's and TJ Maxx and Ross, and we would go find come-ups and have fun times shopping, and now I don't know if I'm ever going to find a guy who will shop like that with me. And this is normal. We all do it. We all do it. Right? We compare. And so when we're in that space, we get doubtful. Oh, I don't know if I'm ever going to meet someone who can clean a bathroom like my ex-husband could. Never in my life will I ever meet a man that domesticated. A man that, you know, if he's sick, he goes and he handles himself and he's not complaining and he's just chill. I don't think I'm ever going to have a guy like that. So you could spin in that for years, where you're dating and comparing. It's a dog chasing tail situation. So I am going to give you a little hack. A hack that I have done because I realized the comparing thing it's a recipe for disaster. How am I going to attract somebody with all the wonderful qualities of every man I've ever known in my life ever? There's a way to get close. Here's what you do. You write down, oh, Bobby says Marshall sucks. Oh, I beg to differ, Bobby. No, I beg to differ. Maybe you don't know how to shop. So, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Ross. I'd say out of them all, Ross is the worst one. But if you know what you're doing and you have an eye for style and you know what to look for and you're patient, you will find a come up at Marshall's, at TJ Maxx, absolutely. But a lot of men lack patience. My ex-boyfriend was a master Jedi shopper, Marshall's, TJ Maxx. Incredible. So much so that his phenomenal shopping ability would rub off on me, and every time I went with him, I'd find like 5 things. If I went by myself, I'd do okay. But not like when I shopped with this man. This man, clothes, horse. Incredible shopper. Anyway, I digress. But it kind of lends into what it is I'm telling you to do. here's what you need. You need a pen. You need some paper or a notebook, a journal, whatever your deal is. And you are going to write down all of the awesome qualities that you loved so much about your ex, right? If this person is in your mind every day, it should not be too difficult to do, to write down all of the things that your ex had, okay? Or the person in your life that like really did it for you in a very profound way, right? This person's nestled into the brain, in it, imprinted. Can't stop thinking of them. There's a reason why. There's justifiable reason why. They're a good person in many ways. Relationship didn't work, but the essence of who they are, you dig it. You dig it still. And if those other things could have been sorted out, you probably would still be with them because you really like them that much. You were in love with them. Okay. So you're going to write down all the reasons why. All of the reasons why. Tiny little reasons, bigger reasons, all the reasons. Write it down. Okay? So you're going to reflect on each one of these reasons. And those are going to be the new things that you are going to manifest in this next person. So when you show gratitude for the ex, all of the awesome things appear in the new person that you're trying to call in. If you attracted these things in a person before, you can attract it again. That's what it means. But you have to show gratitude for these things. So you go one by one and you say, I am so excited that I was able to manifest a man with these amazing qualities. And these are the kinds of qualities that my next man will have. And then you can even get more specific and you can say, and I want this and this and this. And he's going to be like this. And I love this about him and that about him and the other thing about him. So the universe does not understand the difference between positive energy for an ex or positive energy in general. So this is why if you are looking at the ex and you are in a place of scarcity, of lack, of regret, of remorse, of beating yourself up, of wishing it was different, of living in the past, not accepting what's going on, then you are going to block the next great person from coming. But when you look at that relationship with love and joy and you're super happy and you're like, you know what, this was a good time, you know, there's so many good things about this relationship that I take from it that helped me grow. And I'm going to focus on these things because the next person that comes in are going to have those things and then some. I love the Cobra Kai t-shirt. Oh, yeah, thank you, yeah. You know what? Found it at Marshall's. I shopped the guys section at Marshall's. That's the secret. If I want to get these funky t-shirts and stuff, I always hit the guys section, look at the size small, maybe even a medium. I cut it up. See this one I cut at the waist? Cut it at the waist. So I have a little Cobra Kai action in my life. So that's the little hack. Now, if you are in a thing where you're like, no, I'm over this person 4 years and I'm not over them and I think about them all the time and it's messing with your flow and it's messing with your happiness and whatever, let's do a session, okay? Because probably this video isn't like enough. And it also isn't getting into the specifics of what you went through with this person, what the bond was about, all the intricacies and details of your relationship, right? So if you want to, we can connect. I do video sessions just like this with people. Amazing. They get clarity, they feel better, they get actual tools to help them move forward in their life fast, so that they're not still living in their past, but they are present as they move towards their future. They get clear on what it is that they want next for themselves, regardless of who's in their life. And let's see some comments. People are totally giving me some comments. Question, how many exes do I have to go through to get to the love of my life? Well, that's up to you. So that's completely up to you. If you are clear on, you know, what you want and you believe that it exists, then it appears and you handle that relationship, you enjoy it, and understand though that that relationship can end and that person can be the love of your life, right? So people think like, oh, the love of my life, I'm going to be holding their hand when they die. Not necessarily. I had the love of my life. I was married to the love of my life for 17 years. We were together for 24. And we're still super connected now as friends, as you know, there's love in our heart for each other. And like, that's a relationship where you say, that's the love of my life. That typically means that the person helped you grow the most. They helped you see truths in yourself, things that you can look at and explore within yourself, regardless of whether or not they were beside you while you were, you know, looking at yourself and growing. So people throw that around, love of life. You know, there's love of life, right? And then there's your partner, you know, your companion, the person that you're with, right? And they don't necessarily have to be the love of your life, right? Like, I'm 50 years old and I'm very much open to meeting, you know, another person that is the love of this season of my life. That would be wonderful. But I'm wise enough to know that people flow in and flow out of your life based on where you are on your growth journey. And if you grow together, you stay together. But if you grow apart, that doesn't mean the love goes away. It just means that you're called to another place so that you can grow. That's it. Doesn't mean that, like, I just ended something in 2020 with someone that I love very much. Still have love in my heart for this man. He's wonderful. However, our relationship, at least at that point, only could go as far as it went. I wanted more, you know. I want to live with the person that I'm in love with. I want to experience that, right? I didn't think that I wanted to before, which was why I attracted my ex-boyfriend. So I attracted my ex-boyfriend like a year after I got divorced. And back then I was like, I don't know if I want to live with anybody. I don't know if I want to like merge my life with somebody. I have no idea, but I definitely know I want to be with only one person and I want them to only be with me, and I want to have a committed relationship, one-on-one relationship. So that's like kind of all I knew. And in came my ex-boyfriend and we had a blast together because I did this technique that I'm talking about in this video. I wrote down everything I loved so much about my ex-husband. And I wrote down even everything that I loved so much about other guys that I've met and, you know, dated throughout my life. And I had this like nice list. Mm-hmm. And I went through it and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful. Like, thank you for putting me in these relationships with these people, even if they lasted a few months or, you know, a couple of years, whatever. I learned so much. I was treated well. I had laughter, I had vacations, I had like fun with these people. So, you know, I got clear on what all of those things were. And then I went along with my life, living a good life, being happy and joyous as much as I can in my life day to day. And I just had a belief that I meet cool people everywhere I go. So when I am ready and open, the right guy will show up. And he did. But then the ex-boyfriend and I went along this lovely journey together. We were together for 4.5 years. But somewhere around like year 2.5, year 3, he awakened this thing in me where I was like, but I think I want to like be with you all the time. And I want to like have a life. Like, you're the first person I see when I wake up. You're the last person I go to bed. We're together like that, right? So I changed. I grew. And this man inspired that in me. When I first met him, I was like, I don't think I want to live with somebody again. I already did that. I already lived with my husband, my ex-husband. We lived together our whole marriage, obviously, and a little bit beforehand. So I don't want to do that again. I couldn't imagine myself living with somebody else. But then you have a relationship with somebody and you start to grow and change and evolve, and then you're like, wait a second, this person awakened something in me that wants that kind of connection with somebody again. Problem is, the ex-boyfriend did not want that. At least not with me. So after 4.5 years, you kind of know if you're full on, in love with somebody, if you want to really merge lives with them, and if you have the means by which to do so. So a lot of times, guys want to, but they're not confident in their ability to provide for themselves, let alone somebody else. If something goes wrong, oh my God, we're going to be living under a bridge in a tent. So that insecurity, a lot of people have that, deters people from moving forward in their life. It requires commitment and belief in yourself to know that I'm going to build a life with somebody. And in the doing of it, the way to it appears. It's a lack of faith. It's like, I don't believe in myself. I don't believe in my abilities. Therefore, I can't put that on you. So that is the thing that we see, unfortunately, because there are many good people out there who can be doing amazing things with themselves, but they are not because they lack the belief, or they're too comfortable in how things are, and then they end up, with nothing. So that said, I still can look at this ex-boyfriend and this relationship and be like, okay, these are all of the things that I really, 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 really loved about this person. And I'm so grateful that I had this time with them. And I also want these 5 other things that are really important to me. So I'm going to focus on all of those things together, and I'm going to manifest what's next in my life. That's it. And then as you date, to answer your question, how many exes do I have to go through to get to the love of my life? As many as it takes, honey. It's up to you. Like I said, it could be 3 exes. It could be 15. It could be, think about your whole life dating. Everyone you've ever dated got you closer to the next person. It's all a journey. Treat it as a journey. It's like everybody's just focused on the destination, the one, the person. Just enjoy the people that you're mixing it up with en route to your great life. So I hope that this helped you, and I hope that if you are hung up on your ex and it's affecting your dating life, it's affecting you and holding you back in many ways of your life, that we connect, because you can't live a thriving full life if you're stuck in your past. You could look back and reflect at your past with joy and love, but you cannot live there wishing that it was different, because that is stagnation. That's going to put you into a place of stagnation. And life's too short for that crap, honey. You got to move it forward. Keep it moving. Keep it moving with your heart open, and you will be happy to see what comes your way. So I am Lisa, the Love Coach. Much love to you. Thank you so much. And you can find me and connect with me here on Instagram, or if you're watching me on YouTube, you can connect with me at lovequestcoaching.com, lovequestcoaching.com. Thanks so much. Bye.